What makes a guy fall in love? One rare trait that makes a guy absolutely fall for you. Okay, so this video is going to reveal what makes a man fall in love, as well as the number one rare trait that makes a man basically hooked to you forever. If you don't know the one rare trait that unlocks real love, you missed your shot at having genuine, real, healthy love that lasts possibly for the rest of your life. Hey, it's Erin, your personal love expert, back again on the channel where we make men make sense. VixenDaily. If you want to learn the real way to make a guy fall in love and the one rare trait, then write "I'm ready" right now in the comments while the intro plays. Now let's go to number one, which is go behind the mask to know the real him. So when you go behind a man's mask, it means that you know who the man behind the mask is. In other words, you'll actually be talking to the real man, connecting with his real experience. And it means what? That you understand who he truly is, not the polite mask he wears to society, not the man he pretends to be because he thinks it'll keep him looking strong and he'll be keeping calm and carrying on. But no, the man behind the mask, the human being who has passions and all that stuff that you know, and it's gonna be something that you cannot judge when you get to know. And I truly think that this video is gonna help you along your way to making him yours. If you know that most dating advice and relationship coaching doesn't really get to the heart of what makes a man really tick, and guess what that is? It's understanding him. And the next thing I'm going to actually mention, which is support his drive, that is another way to understand him. This is too. So this video is gonna kind of be a game changer for you because the outside world is not him. And a lot of women will make this mistake of kind of being a certain way they think he's gonna like, or a way they think that will turn him into their boyfriend. But nope, understanding him is your ticket to reaching his heart. Now, number two, support a man's drive. Supporting a man's drive essentially makes you irreplaceable in his mind because you're supporting the deepest, most meaningful, most core, most important part of him as a man. In other words, when you support a man's drive, you support his mission, purpose, and direction he wants to go in. Because you see, men at their core, they only feel fully alive as a man when they know the direction they want to move in as a man and where they want their life to go, their mission or their purpose, and the motivations and feelings and the way they feel as a man and in general is going to be based entirely around this, right? If they're on track and moving in the right direction, they're happy and confident. However, if they're not, they're miserable and withdrawn. The drive detector is this. Observe what fires him up, what lights him up, what makes him feel good and inspired, and notice what deflates him, what makes him unable to function at his best, and only support what fires him up, support that, and never make it harder for him to be on his mission and on a good track. Number three, be in a good mood. Your mood, as I like to say, is your love magnet. So be in a good mood, or at least as close to a good mood as you can. You see, a key understanding about relationships in general is you cannot extract happiness from a relationship. Relationships reflect the happiness you feel on the inside back to you. And if both of you live happy within your own life, you automatically bring that happiness into the relationship. Then it reflects it back to you. So live your life in a way that makes you feel happy, like your emotions are under control. You can deal with stuff yourself. And I have to tell you, acting and faking this is useless, destructive, and a turn off to men. Not in the attraction physical sense, but in the sense that men won't want to be around a woman that cannot be content on her own in the privacy of her own mind, okay? When analyzing how to make him love you, how to get a man to fall for you, how to get a man to love you, how to make a guy fall for you, how to make a guy fall in love. The next thing, number four, is gonna be something so important, and it's give him space. Space is the key to a man's process to fall in love, to miss you, to feel attachment to you. Men sort out their emotions in private, away from you. Space is something to embrace, not to scoff at, not to be against. It's a beautiful and essential ingredient for any love to take hold for a man. Embrace space, be content on your own, and you will see your relationship thrive. Literally not giving him space will make it not possible for him to literally reach for you. I keep saying literally like a crazy person because it's so important. You do not understand the necessity of space for any love to thrive and survive. So important. Number 5 is focus on your appearance. Okay, this is a very straightforward one. Men find visual attraction triggers appealing. So all I'm saying here is do the best with what you have. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't start comparing yourself to other women. Don't go on this tirade of hating yourself because you think you're not good enough. No. Take a really strong look at what your goals are. Make small goals, achieve those goals, make the best with what you have. That is all you can do, and be the best you. Now, real quick, I want to point something out. Maybe it's the first video you've watched by me, or maybe you subscribe to the channel and watch all my videos, but what I need to point out is that the perspective, that's what really makes things work the way you want it to. So regardless of whether or not you subscribe to the channel, what I need you to pay attention to is the perspective. That's where 90% of the power comes from to make your love life great. Now, number 6 is another way to make your love life great. It's be present. Being present is what we like to say, oh, be present in the moment. Well, what does it mean? And what's the purpose? I'll tell you. Being present makes a man capable of connecting with you, right? So the really simple way to achieve this is don't think about what could go wrong, what might go wrong, what he's thinking, what his words secretly mean. Abandon that, because that makes you not present. That is the opposite. That is a person in their own head, locked in a fear of not being accepted, and you are trying to impress him. Drop that. And the opposite is stop thinking you can control the outcome. Be a good listener instead. Even if you aren't saying anything, be there, be in the moment. It's really about what you're not doing. When you're not thinking about what could go wrong, you're in the present. It's very simple, but it's really impossible to achieve unless you know that this is the only way you can not be destroying your love life and not being present. The only way you can really stop this trap is by being engaged with the moment. You can't fake this, right? So I want to give you an example to kind of explain and crystallize what I'm trying to say. Have you ever been talking to someone on the phone and you can tell they're not really paying attention? Like they're not really there with you. They're not connecting with you. That's how it feels to a man when you're caught up in your head and not being present. Okay. Now, what is number 7? First of all, I want to be clear that all of these things are essential, but number 7 is gonna be the icing on the cake to really making a man love you. Now, it's be silly. Okay, so let me make something clear. Life can be harsh, demanding, and difficult. So what does silliness achieve? It can be a big stress relief. It can bring joy into both of your lives, and it's just such a gift. It's really simple to do, but it's hard when you're caught up in your head. But now that you no longer are caught up in your head, being silly will be natural. You'll be just happy. You can laugh at life and just enjoy the time you're spending with him, because people are way too serious. So drop the serious act and just look at your own life as a practice of being happy, content, and as peaceful as possible, and look to your relationship as a place to bring good feelings. So stop feeding into worrying and negative thinking. Stop feeding into grievances, conflicts, and resentments. Stop treating relationships as a landfill to dump negativity into. Once in a while is fine. It happens, but do not do it as a regular thing. And most importantly, either you're bringing happy energy or you're taking space for yourself to regain peace and perspective. You cannot fake this, okay? You can't. But I want you guys to know that I have a private group where you can come discuss any of these things with me. Space is limited, but if there's still space available, you actually can connect with me now in the insider group, VixenInsider.com. That's VixenInsider.com. Now be sure to comment on this video with your thoughts on this topic or any questions you might have, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more love advice so you can have the love life you really want, and I will see you guys next time.